and welcome back to the channel. How many of y'all recognize this center console? Yeah, ain't too many people familiar with this center console. I don't want to show everything, okay? But ladies and gentlemen, this is a full body ProMaster, okay? Well, you can see, let me see it, 178.20, okay? 178.290. It is a lot of miles. All right, what is in for what they, I'm over at another shop doing some troubleshooting. They complain about a noise. All right, so what I'm basically doing is analyzing the noise. Now I don't want to pull out my camera and film the noise because I don't even want them to know I'm recording. So we're gonna keep this under wraps, y'all. Now I've heard the noise and it's giving off a different kind of noise, okay? Not one I'm familiar with, not one I'm accustomed to. Let me put it like this. I've heard it before, but what it turned out to be from that noise on the previous times that I've heard it, it's pretty catastrophic, okay? It's giving off a ticking type weird thumping noise, all right? So basically, I'm just sitting in here now waiting on the manager to come back. What I'm gonna suggest to him is we need to tear this thing down. Now this thing have a 3.6 engine in it, the Pentastar. I'm not sure if this is the first or the second generation, but it doesn't really matter if you're not taking care of it. It doesn't matter if it's first, second, or third. You still have to maintain it. So I'm not sure if it's the first, second, or third, but what I pretty much gonna suggest to him, and it has a 41 TE, by the way. As you can see, tow haul mode, ProMaster. They use it for work, hauling off a bunch of stuff. As you saw, 178,000 miles, closing in on 200. So it's really out of warranty, but that noise will get worse and worse and can cause more and more damage. So what I suggest to the manager was to, we're gonna have to tear it down. I sort of feel like a insurance adjuster now, because it's basically what they do when they come to the dealer and inspect cars. Okay, we need to tear it down. I need to tear it down to see, okay, because it's hard for me to tell, because that's giving off a weird type ticking thud type noise, and it could be something going on. So I've heard pretty much all the noises a 3.6 can give off. All right, pretty much all of them. From the flywheel noise, I've heard it all, and I can pretty much listen and tell exactly what it is. But this one is different. Okay, so what I suggest he do, it shouldn't be that hard to remove the valve cover. You got to remove some extra dang. It's ProMaster. I don't know how many of y'all ever worked on a ProMaster, but as far as the drivetrain and the engine, it's pretty much the same as far as the engine go. The engine and the trans is a 62 TE. All right, so what I'm gonna do is go to ad break. When I come back, we're gonna talk some more about our next step, okay? And again, guys, I apologize, I can't get you a recording of the noise. I don't want them to know I'm recording. All right, so y'all can understand, I hope. All right, be easy on me now. I tried. I just don't think it's suitable for this for this time. All right, stay tuned, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna go to ad break. I will be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. I am back. Here it is. Okay, I got them to tear it down, take it apart. Well, not so much of tear it all the way down. I really needed the valve covers removed, okay? Because like I say, this was making a different type of ticking noise. Okay, not your typical, it was making that noise too, but I have a trained ear now that I can tell. I pretty much can hear or tell if it's a broken rocker arm. Okay, even if it's a collapsed lifter, that gives off a different type of tick. Okay, now when you are starving for oil, that sets off a different type of tick. Okay, so it really all depends on the noise. And what I had them to do was take the valve covers off. It really was no need to call me back because their mind is made up. Essentially, I wanted to see. That's the only reason I came back. I wanted to see, and here's what we see. As you can see, this thing is heavily sludge. Yes, it's sludge. It's been starving for oil. Okay, so this, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much a lack of maintenance. All right, that is a big chunk of sludge. Okay, both cylinders heads. All right, with this being a ProMaster V6 3.6 liter Pentastar, look at that. Look at that. Okay, So it depends on how much money they want to put into it, will determine the next procedure or the next repair or the next state. Okay, because when we see this here at the dealer, we pretty much recommend an engine, because you're never gonna get all this out. I don't care how much you clean. Most of this sludge has made its way to the oil pan. Okay, and as you know, if an oil pan's job is to deliver oil, pressure oil to the valve train, there could be some restrictions. Okay, all these little oil ports could get clogged up with the sludge and essentially starve the valve train. Okay, now I'm so upset at myself I didn't get a chance to film the original noise, because I wanted you to hear the difference. Okay, it doesn't really matter to me, or it shouldn't really matter what kind of noise it's making. It just helps with it just gives you a peace of mind and a way, or a good time to test your own skills, I guess. Test your own, what do you think it is, stuff like that. You can play a game with it. Okay, I think it's a broken lifter. I bet you it's a collapsed lifter, or I bet you it's a broken rocker, or I never heard anybody say I bet you it's sludged up. Because with as much information is out there now, it's hard to believe someone or people still do this. Okay, there is a scheduled maintenance interval for oil changes, people. Yes, there is. In fact, I'm gonna stroll it right on the screen now. This is a ProMaster, which means they likely use it for work. Okay, which means they do a lot of driving. All right, so what that tells me is quite a few miles gonna be put on it. All right, so you most definitely need to stay on top of your oil change. And also, as you can see here, there is a 62 TE transmission. I haven't really checked the fluid. I haven't gotten them to check it. I mean, I ain't even sure if they have the proper dipstick, but who knows what that looked like. I mean, because if you're not doing this, what is the likelihood of you servicing your transmission if you're not even changing your oil? Okay, forget this for a second. Just imagine it's easier to do oil changes than it is to do a transmission service. Okay, so I don't know, guys, I just can't stress the importance. Now, there's some debate out there whether every 3,000 miles is far too soon. You're essentially wasting oil and wasting money, but that is a debate. Okay, so depends. Man, it's a lot of variables go into that. I really don't want to get into topics like that, because I tend to, or I was trained to go off whatever manufacturer suggests. Now, there's a lot of people take those suggestions and rearrange them and convert them into their own suggestions. Okay, if that suits you, fine. Like, for instance, my buddy Paul Joe, he said he uses Zero W40, I think that is, in one of his cars. He was, the way he put it, if that's good enough for Hellcats, it's good enough for whatever else he's driving. Now, if that works for him, that is fine. Whatever you think is gonna prolong the life of your engine, go for it. Go for it. Just know those decisions you make, is on you. Because a lot of manufacturers now, or a lot of warranty return facilities now have where they can analyze fluid that was used in the car. Like, say for instance, when we send a transmission back, they have a way to analyze the fluid and can determine if it was ATF4. In this case, if it was a 62 TE. All right. So let me go to a quick break, guys. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Don't skip the break and all that. Just be patient with it. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta touch on one more thing when I get back. Thanks for watching. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. Thanks for staying with me. Now I'm gonna show you one of the first ways you can check and see if a car has been poorly maintained. You know the job of a PCV valve, right? Positive crankcase ventilation. Okay, if this is easy to remove on the particular engine you worked on, I highly suggest you remove this first. It's like tattletale. This will snitch on the car owner. Okay, snitch on the engine, have it been maintained. If you remove this one, fairly difficult, it's not as easy to get off as the other ones. So if you can get this off and then look at this, you can pretty much stop right there, especially if you know how the shop you work at is going to operate. If you see sludge, most shops is, if you see sludge, it's engine time. But yes, this valve cover is caked up. It's hard to just remove the cap and tell that way, but so I highly suggest you remove the PCV valve. That's one of the ways I utilize. Now something like a 2.7, I will remove the cam sensor. Okay, as you know, that cam sensor, it's hard to see the valve cover because of that baffle. It's hard to look inside the valve cover because of that baffle. But on a 2.7, this particular one, this PCV valve bolts right here. Simply remove the 2 screws. I'm talking about on the car if you haven't removed the valve cover yet. And if you see that, you already know your next move or what it should be. But yeah, the valve covers can be a telltale sign if you don't remove these. Now some people go a lot step farther. If we was in a dealership, y'all know we all on the time constraint. Everything is fast. If I saw that, I automatically wrote up an engine, because we're not allowed to try to repair this. I don't know if y'all ever seen that video I did with the 2.7 that was heavily sludged. Matter of fact, I'm gonna card that video right here. I want y'all to take a look at that. Okay, the engine was knocking real bad. That was a 2.7, and I want y'all to see. It was like a 3-part series or 4-part video series. I want y'all to see all the sludge that accumulated that I had to clean out. Okay, the valve covers was on back order, so I couldn't order new valve covers, so I was forced to clean all of that out. Okay, wow, it was a mess. We got a loan block, a Mopar loan block for that car, but like I say, I had to reuse the old valve covers because couldn't get it all out. Now I clean, got most of it out, and ended up reusing it, but it was hard getting all of that. I don't know if you ever seen sludge the way it look. It's ugly. But anyway, guys, let me end this, wrap this up right here. That is exactly what we're gonna do. Order an engine. No sense of wasting time, because that will be extremely time consuming trying to clean. So guess what? If one thing you learn from this, guys, stay up on your oil changes. Now again, I know it's up for debate on how soon you should change your oil, but at least get it changed every so often. I wrote a screen by on what the recommendation for this particular engine is. I feel bad for that transmission, because like I say, if they're not doing this, what are the chances of them doing service on their transmission? We got to do better, people. All right, that's all I have, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video.